everyone, good morning. No, again, Idalis Bailey from Hashtag Idalis. Today we have a pleasure and very happy because I know that the doctor is very busy, but this is a pleasure for me to have the VIP guest, Dr. Hardik Doshi. Dr. Hardik Doshi, he is going to be one of our international speakers from second Global Integral Beauty Conference that's going to be on November 11 on Mario Marquez. Everyone who don't remind my name is Idalis Bailey, as you know, long time with you. We have this special platform just only focused for health, wellness, and aesthetics. And our idea is to work together as a multidisciplinary, where it's a beautiful space where everyone have the opportunity to get connection, collaboration, and also learn from another professional globally. So we always are working from 2020 until right now, every month without stop, with networking, seminars, and now the conference, our second year. Introduce yourself, because who more than you know everything about your beautiful experience in your short time, because you are very young, doctor, and I congratulate you for all the expertise that you are getting here in New York.
No, I appreciate that, Idalis. Thank you for having me. I always tell people I look younger than I really am. I've been doing this now for close to a decade. So I'm a double board certified facial and reconstructive plastic surgeon. I actually did my residency here, tri-institutional with Columbia University Medical Center, Cornell University Medical Center, and Sloan Kettering. So my specialty is from the neck up. So I do everything surgically and non-surgically, including the skin, hair transplantation, a lot of facelifting, rhinoplasties, eye lifts, and everything in between. So thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, doctor. For me, it's a pleasure too. I know that you are very busy, but I really appreciate it because I value the passion, your love, your connection, and this is very important. I know that either you are busy, you still give just little time to be connecting with all the professionals, and I really appreciate that because not all people have this value, and thank you for this part of yourself. I would like to start with you today, doctor. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Where you get this passion? When, at what age did you started to thinking about be a plastic surgery, and what was your connection? How it was born from yourself?
Yeah, so great question, Idalis, and I'm always happy to connect with colleagues, medical professionals. As you know, I'm always teaching at courses, speaking at international conferences, such as the global conference that's coming up. My passion probably started, I would say, in high school. I actually was right by the World Trade Center, so 9/11. And I was there as one of the students actually at the high school a little further away. And they ended up using the office as a triage site for the people that unfortunately had perished at the World Trade Center. So I was on student government. I ended up being someone that helped the firefighters, the police department, the EMTs, and so forth to triage. And I realized I had a passion for medicine. And then from there, going into college and medical school, I kind of had that kind of flourish even further. And I realized I really wanted to work with people's faces. So before, I used to do a lot of cancer resections and do reconstruction. So I've been in every crevice of anyone's face. I've reconstructed multiple areas of the face. And then as I got a little more, wiser, I realized that maybe I want to work with patients that are healthy, because I had a lot of patients that I developed deep connections with. Unfortunately, the cancer got the best of them, and it was very challenging for me to deal with that. So I wanted to go towards more helping people still in the way they feel and the way they look, but also healthy. So now I'm in probably see 95% of the work I do is aesthetic or cosmetic, and 5% is reconstructive.
Thank you to share this one. Is very important. As you know, our platform are very focused in health, wellness, and aesthetics.
Yeah.
And that's why the platform is globally, but our focus is work as integral beauty. Is part of what we're talking about. Because before, years ago, it was beauty, it was more focused for the celebrity, actors, and they didn't thinking about inside. They didn't thinking about how important is connecting our beauty from in and out. And you are talking this part now. That is very important. That's why the new generation, as you, I would like to know a little bit more as an expert in plastic surgery, specialized face. What is exactly that is trending now? What is the procedure more trending in this moment?
Yeah.
What do you recommend? Because I can tell you, doctor, I wanted plastic surgery because I want to look like beautiful and very tight here. But it's better to go just in a professional doctor like you really going to recommend me, Idalis, you should do this one, and make you feel you good. This is invasive, this is not invasive, you don't need it. So tell me a little bit more the trending facial plastic surgery.
So I think the biggest trend I've noticed is less is more. We've realized that actually it's not about doing everything you see on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat. I think that there was a big rise in filters, and then when people look at the filters, they say, oh, that looks beautiful, and that's the way I want to be. And then they see celebrities with like Photoshop, glam squads and all that stuff, and they see this face and they realize, that's the way I want to look. But then I tell people my job, probably 90% of what I do is telling people how beautiful they already are. It's not bringing out all their imperfections. In fact, there's beauty in imperfection. That's what makes you who you are, right? And I want to preserve that. When I'm looking at someone's face and I'm listening to what their concerns are, I'm trying to educate them and show them what they're seeing, educate them in terms of possibilities, and educate them in potentially why they shouldn't do it. So I tell people my job is to keep you safe and hopefully give you enough information that you can make an informed decision in terms of what's best for you. So the biggest push I've seen is before it used to be do a lot of fillers, do a lot of Botox or neurotoxins, get surgery, and then everything in between. Now it's more, let's focus on particular places. Let's really make sure that looks the best for you and then move on from there should we want to. I always tell people you don't build a roof before you build a foundation. You got to build a foundation first. And that also requires internal foundation. So not just external, the way we look, but also the way we feel. You can change everything on the outside, but if you don't feel great on the inside, it doesn't matter. So that's very important.
It's very important. Everyone who are listening to this interview, it is very important. I'm a nurse and I have a medical span with more than 17 years. And this is very important, the doctor is talking now. We have to show them very confidence, security. But the most important, when they come to our medical spa, I always try to connect them because they come in with that, the expectation is fake. It's everything that they're looking from the social media. But that's very important to connect with this kind of professional that have all that professional area, but also realistic. So I can call Dr. Doshi. Dr. Doshi, I have a patient. I can refer you a patient. For example, last week, I have a patient. She came for Botox, with the Botox, and also filler. But she wants to work to get a skin tightening. But she's 60 years, I believe. But she have a little bit fat and skin elasticity. And she wants the plastic surgery. I told her, I'm going to refer you Dr. Doshi. I give her all your information, and I told her just go for a consultation, and he is going to explain to you if you need plastic surgery, if you don't need it, is invasive or no. But before to take any decision yourself, just listen to the doctor, because today is totally different. It's not like before. Today is so many options to do, and I'm sure that the doctor is going to do the right treatment according to our needs. But also, it's very important that we are realistic. We have to be realistic where we are. No, they don't going to do a miracle. We cannot do magic. So that's the most important today. That's why it's very important to have in our information, our data, all the doctors, because we don't know who is going to help us. We can refer them, and then the patient feel more confident with ourselves, because we don't lie them, but also they have professional opinion too. That's very important. Thank you, doctor, because that part is very important. Everyone who listen our interview, Dr. Doshi, have all the experience. So if you have any question, you can connect in with him before, and you can refer the patient, and together we can work to get better benefits for our patient.
Absolutely. Yeah, well said.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Tell me a little bit about uh, how is the challenge, the very hard part from that 10 years for you, from you to get in the position that where you are in this moment.
Yeah. So the biggest challenge is that, New York City is a very competitive market, obviously, right? There's a lot of plastic surgeons here. There's a lot of dermatologists. There's a lot of cosmetic surgeons. There's just a lot of providers who do exactly, a lot of things that we do. So we overlap. The biggest challenge is first getting the exposure because there's a lot of competition. But I didn't think of it that way. The way I really think about it is I want to provide excellent care to my patients and have open communication and be available. Those are the three things I really hold as the core value of what we do in my practice. So we have 3 offices now. I used to have 5. We brought it down to 3 because I have a child now, so I have a little boy that I have to take care of. So that requires a lot of my time, which I love. And what the tenets of our practice is always make sure we do right by the patient. We really listen to what they're asking for and educate them, like I was just talking about, in terms of what is the right treatment for them. Then when we provide care, we really think of it like a family member. We're thinking, if this was a family member, how would I treat this person? How would I follow up with them, making sure they get the right result that they're looking for, and then always being available for their concerns, not only to our patients, but our colleagues. Idalis, you talk about this. The medical community, we're one. As many times as people think that we're separate individuals, we're not. And our strength is actually in being connected as a community. So, I always have colleagues that send me patients and I say, let me just give you my thoughts. And then ultimately it's up to you in terms of what you want to get done. So that is, I think, the best thing that's helped us in terms of growth and so forth. So, all 3 practices that we have are very successful. We actually have a wait list, for surgeries that are a couple months out. And I think just by being honest to ourselves and our patients, that's gone a long way.
Thank you. That's very important. Very important to know when we're going to choose a professional, because remember, the professional, I always told all my audience, professional take a long time to get education, long time to get the specialization, and long time to have credibility, testimonial from the patient. So this is the value for the doctor. Why you thinking today that plastic surgery, the price, it is too expensive? It's not too expensive according to the time and the inversion that the doctor are doing. Specialized to have a practice as a plastic surgery is a lot of money. So that's why people say, why is 10,000, 15,000, 20,000? Yes, that's nothing compared with the big responsibility that the doctor has and the beautiful work that they're going to do. And remember, it's not only one doctor, they are a team and they have a team to working together. So they're the same that we are, they come into medical spa that we started just to prepare the patient. When we refer the patient, when we're going to do the skin rejuvenation, it's the same. I'm a nurse. I went to school long time, specialization long time, and more than 19 years experience. So literally when the patient come into our practice, they pay for our experience. So don't feel afraid that they don't going to pay your value. No, we have to show our patient what is our real value. But the only way that we can do it is when you believe in yourself, when you have professional ethic, when you are working as a team with all the multidisciplinary professional. And that's why Dr. Doshi say today, we don't have today any competition. It's the opposite. The competition is when we're thinking about, that's why you can see like 10 restaurants in the same block. You can see all business together, but everyone have different tastes. Everyone likes to try here, there, but the most important as a professional, we have to be all together and working together and support each other, but always thinking to get the best benefit for our patient. That's the idea. And thank you, doctor. Yeah. Doctor, I have another question for you. I met you through Dr. Lana, that she's an amazing professional too, and I feel so happy because she referred us. Tell me a little bit, what is your Just the short part, because you, Dr. Lana, have more time, more experience than we are. But what is your experience? What is your opinion about global integral view?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and I'm so glad that Dr. Lana has referred us to each other. You know, the Global Integral Beauty, I think it's great because it's multidisciplinary. You know, there's a lot of different providers and that are multinational and international, and I think that's very important. Every single country has a different way of doing things, and it's always nice to see how different people from different parts of the world are doing things and sharing those ideas. Going back to what you talked about, we are a global community, and that's why it's called Global Integral Beauty, you know, and it's important to draw upon our strengths there to provide the best results for our patients. So I think, you know, it's a fantastic conference. I'm very, very excited to be a part of it, giving one of the keynotes talks at part of this conference in terms of facial rejuvenation. So I'm very excited by it.
Thank you, Doctor. And almost the last part of the interview, I would like to know, I know that you're going to be one of the co-authors, the second edition from Global Integral Beauty Book 2. I would like to know what you want to share with the community and what they can expect from your history.
Right. Yeah. So from the book itself, you know, just giving you my experience in terms of what I went through as a facial plastic surgeon in a very competitive environment, but also the way I think about patient care and how do we deliver the best results that we have, and making sure that you have a good community to rely on as well. You know, that's again one of the tenements in terms of, I think, our success is having this community of connecting with people. So I encourage everyone to take a look at the book, to take and read it and see what they can glean from it. Even if you learn one or two things from every author, I think it's going to be fantastic, and it's going to help any single person reading the book in terms of their career. So I recommend it.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. This is the second year. I'm very happy with this book. This very nice, the way how we can connect in professional and we can share this special history is focalized in our expertise. And for the end of this interview, I would like that you invite all the community to come and enjoy our second Global Integral Beauty Conference. Doctor, you can invite all the community too?
Yeah. I invite everyone to come, you know, and come to the conference. And, you know, like I was talking about earlier, I'll be giving one of the keynote talks in terms of facial rejuvenation. So come check us out, you know, come check out the conference. And I think you'll meet a lot of very smart individuals in the community, and hopefully you'll learn a lot as well.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to remind you that Global Integral Beauty is going to be on November 11 again. We're going to do the Expo conference, and for the first year, we're going to do the gala recognition. So we expect everyone to have really good time and enjoy for this amazing conference. I invited you for my next interview with another international speaker. So we will send you all the information. But before to close today, I would like to know, Doctor, where we can find you, where we can get more information, and know a little bit about the testimonial of your patient.
Yeah, sure. So I'm on all the social media. So if you want to connect to me directly, I'm on Instagram at Dr. H. Doshi. That's DRHDOSHI. It's also on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. We have a YouTube channel you can see our before and afters on, as well as things I talk about in facial rejuvenation, or DoshiPlasticSurgery.com.
That was the way where we did more research about you, and after Dr. Lana referred you. But I would like to remind all our community, Dr. Doshi have amazing social media. What I like from Dr. Doshi, the majority of doctors are desperate to have followers. But remember, we are focusing quality, not quantity. So be careful with the kind of social media who have like 15K, 100K. When you do your research, it is not real account because they have a lot of fake followers. So doctor is working very professional, and that's why it called my attention when I was doing the research. I congratulate doctor because I know that it's not easy to manage all the marketing, specialized social media today. But also the best way to grow is when we do organic and when we have the real follower and the real testimony for our patient. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone to be part of this Has Time with Idalis. This is short interview. And don't forget to go to the website Global Integral Beauty and register for the second conference in the Mario Marquez on November 11th. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Idalis.
Thank you.